Hello, everyone, and welcome to your virtual AC Day 1, Journaling for Increased Gratitude and Happiness. We are thrilled to have you here, and we're so excited to kick off the winter semester with you. If we haven't met before, my name is Lisa. I'm a yoga teacher here in the Ottawa area. Now let's get started. So for this session, you will need a notebook and a pen. If you don't have a notebook, you can also just use a blank piece of paper. And if you don't have quick access to either one of those things, you can always use your phone and just open up the Notes app and write in there, or on your computer, open up a new document and you can start typing away. So, but in terms of building a ritual with journaling, something that you can do often, having that physical connection of pen to paper really can help create just a totally different experience for you. Also, being able to put away any devices or electronics can really help you be a bit more present with yourself and just allowing you to sit and to write and to breathe and feel without any distraction. So just quickly going over some benefits of journaling. If you've never done them before, it can really help you deepen your own connection with yourself. It can help manifest and create some new goals that you have set for yourself, help them bring them into action and into your life. It helps us work through emotion, helps us release those emotions as well. It helps calm down our minds, and it even improves our writing skills and our memory as well. And that's just mentioning a few. There's so many great things that can come along with a journaling practice. And then today, journaling specifically on gratitude and on happiness, it just allows us to focus on the positives, the joys, and the happiness that life has to offer. It's really easy to get wrapped up in any stresses or anxieties that comes with life. So by journaling and focusing on gratitude and happiness can help us move our thoughts away from those feelings and to really just focus on things that bring us joy. And I should mention with journaling, it's try not to think too hard about it. Just write whatever comes to mind. There's no wrong or right way to journal. You don't have to get super deep or super emotional. You just have to write. So it can be pretty simple. So with that being said, you'll grab your pen and you'll just open up a new piece of paper if you have a notebook, or just taking your blank piece of paper or opening a new note on your device. Now, our first prompt, so you'll start writing, I am grateful for. So I am grateful for. And then writing just one thing down. So one thing you feel grateful for in this moment. So I am grateful for. And then continuing on with that sentence, I want you to write the word because. So I am grateful for your answer because. And then start to write from there. So why are you grateful for this certain thing? What does this thing do for you emotionally? Does this thing make you feel happy? Does it bring you joy in life? How does this thing make you feel? So I am grateful for blank because. And then just writing a few sentences around this. Again, trying not to think too hard about it, just letting whatever comes to mind be what you write down. So again, how does this thing make you feel? What emotions do you feel around this thing that you are grateful for? And then we'll just begin to finish up on the sentence that you're currently writing on. And we'll move on to our second prompt in just a few moments. Now you can always come back to these prompts at a later time and continue writing if you feel called to. Good, and then we'll just move right along onto our second prompt. So you'll just maybe skip a line, creating a new paragraph. And our second prompt, you will start writing, my favorite thing when I wake up in the morning is. So my favorite thing when I wake up in the morning is. And then you'll write your answer. My favorite thing when I wake up in the morning is. And then once you have your one thing written down, you'll continue the sentence and write the word because. So my favorite thing when I wake up in the morning is blank because. And then writing on this thing that you have chosen. So maybe thinking, why is this your favorite thing? How does this thing make you feel? How does this thing set you up for the rest of your day? Why is this your favorite thing in the morning when you wake up? And just write without thinking too much about it. Just putting pen to paper or fingers to keyboard and just write. My favorite thing when I wake up in the morning is. And then writing why. Why is this your favorite thing? Just taking a couple of extra moments here to just finish up the sentence that you are writing right now. And we'll move on to our third prompt. So after you finished up your sentence, again, just starting a new paragraph. And our third prompt is, you'll start writing, something that made me laugh recently is. Something that made me laugh recently is. Just picking one thing or an event that happened to you recently that made you laugh. Something that made me laugh recently is. And then I want you to continue that sentence again and write the word because. So something that made me laugh recently is your answer, because. So thinking about, why did this thing make you laugh? What was funny about it? How does this thing that happened make you feel? What emotions came out of it? So digging just a little bit deeper than just listing what made you laugh and getting into the why. How did this make you feel? Just taking, again, a few moments here to write about that. Again, try not to think about it. Just let the words come out. Something that made me laugh recently is blank because. We got a couple more minutes here. Again, not thinking about it too hard. We'll start to finish up on the sentence that you're on right now. Just a couple more minutes. Remembering that you can always come back to these prompts at a later time to finish up, or if you feel called to write some more things down, you can always come back to them. And we'll move on to our fourth prompt. So again, you'll just skip a line, move on to a new paragraph. Our fourth prompt, you'll start to write, an activity that brings me joy is. An activity that brings me joy is. And then once you have your answer, an activity that brings me joy is your answer. And then writing the word because. So we're always coming back to that word because. It's great to just list something that brings you joy or something you're grateful for, but digging a little deeper and getting into the why. Why does this bring you joy? An activity that brings me joy is blank because. So to help, just thinking about how this activity brought you joy. What other emotions came up with that activity? So how else did it make you feel? You can even think about writing down, as you're thinking about that activity, what emotions are coming up right now for you? Even just thinking about it, do you feel those emotions of joy? And then maybe writing down, how can you do more of this activity in your life? How else can you bring this activity to maybe do it every day? So an activity that brings me joy is blank because. Just taking a couple moments here. Maybe finishing up the sentence that you're on. Remembering you can always come back to it. And once you've finished up the sentence that you just wrote, we'll move on to our fifth prompt. So just starting a new paragraph here and begin to write. An accomplishment that I am proud of is. An accomplishment that I am proud of is. And if you can, maybe avoid making this being about school or work, and choosing an accomplishment that is a bit more personal to you. So whether it's a really big life accomplishment, or maybe it's something simple as, I made my bed this morning and I'm proud of that. So just choosing something maybe that's not super focused on work or school, something a little bit more personal. So an accomplishment that I am proud of is. And then once you have that accomplishment you've written down, I want you to continue the sentence again with the word because. So an accomplishment that I am proud of is because, and just take a few moments to journal here on that accomplishment. So why does this event that you did make you feel proud? Other than the word proud, are there any other emotions that came as you accomplished it? Just writing whatever comes to mind. An accomplishment that I am proud of is blank because. Taking a few moments here, just writing down whatever comes to mind. Try not to think about it too hard. Good. And just finishing up the sentence that you're writing on, and we'll do just one extra little bit of gratitude journaling. So you'll just start a new paragraph. And I want you to take a moment to just look around your surroundings. So the room that you're in, I just want you to look around, and I want you to write about one thing you're grateful for in the space around you. So maybe it's a pet that you have close by, maybe it's a person, maybe there's a piece of furniture in your home that you really like and you admire. Maybe if you're by a window, it's something you're looking at outside. So just whatever it is, write about that one thing you've chosen that makes you feel grateful. And maybe thinking why that certain item that you've chosen has meaning to you. And maybe thinking about what other emotion that you have around this thing other than gratitude. Maybe this thing makes you feel loved. Maybe it brings you joy and brings you happiness. Just taking a couple moments here to wrap up that sentence that you are writing on right now. And again, remembering that you can always come back to these prompts at a later date. And I hope these prompts and the advice at the start helps and inspires you to incorporate some journaling in your days ahead. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. If you're interested in joining another session today, please come back. You can use the same link, and we'll be doing some yoga stretches from your chair, from seated, and that's at 11 o'clock. Thank you again, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day.